In the beginning all the mermaids are having a pleasant time in the bathhouse, but suddenly the watch starts to flash, indicating their time to enjoy the bathhouse is over. This is one of the clever strategies of our protagonist. Suddenly, our protagonist barges inside the door and calls for client 12, 13 and 14 and tells that their time is over. And remind them that tomorrow they have to go to the digging site to dig. The older mermaid is frustrated and thinks that she won't let the protagonist manipulate her again. She thinks this is the last time she has used the bathhouse. In the next scene, our digging site manager Llyod Frontera is asking the mermaid to hurry up and start digging as their pleasant time in the bathtub is over. After digging, one of the old mermaid is tired and thinks she must find a way as soon as possible. But Llyod interrupts her with his own made timer, and tells them it's their time to enjoy in the bathtub, and wishes them a pleasant time. As soon as the mermaid goes to the bathtub she forgets everything because of the pleasure. This makes Rotorua think Llyod is a demon and feel regret that he might have helped this demon to enslave his own people. Llyod sees his reaction and asks him if he feels he sold his people by helping me, and then tells him that he did not force anyone to work for him. This seems to reassure Rotorua. In the next scene, Llyod thinks that it has almost been a month since the mermaid has been digging with their high physical fitness. And the Earth's crust has already become thin. Then he certainly asks everyone to stop digging as he sees a flat square ground. He goes there by himself and starts digging a bit. He sees a square ground with circular pattern. They have finally reached the place where the jewel of truth lies. Then our hero goes into a certain thought and thinks how he was really worried that what if he never finds the jewel or the jewel doesn't exist. If that happens, he wouldn't be able to save his people. This makes him a little teary, to which Javier says, "Should we go and look for the jewel now?" But when he looks back, he finds Rotorua all teary. When the protagonist asks him what is wrong, Rotorua says how he used to think that that jewel of truth is just a myth and his father was always right. To which protagonist replies that we haven't found the blueprint yet. Rotorua says according to the 6th ancestor record, the jewel is in the middle of that square. With his power of scanning, our protagonist scans the ground and finds a keyhole there. The protagonist thinks if there is the keyhole, where is the key? Rotorua says that the keyhole will itself show where the key is. Suddenly a bright light flashes from the keyhole, and everyone wonders what is happening. When they look back the bright light flashes towards the octopus, which is shouting in pain. The protagonist thinks can this key be in the octopus' stomach? But the octopus loses the grip on the island of the mermaids. All the mermaids starts to rush towards the island and tells to evacuate all the citizens, as if they fall in the bottom of the sea, it will be the end of the mermaids. The mermaid says, thankfully, the human has gathered all the mermaids into one place, to which the other mermaid replies that he was a good man after all. On the other side we see Llyod contemplating, is everything that is happening his fault? Javier looks at him with awe and says, even a blind can see that. Llyod is a bit disappointed because he was expecting no from Javier. Javier then suddenly puts his hand on Lloyd's shoulder and tells him to get the key, so he can save the lives of everyone and he will take care of the mermaid queen. Llyod is touched by this, but suddenly Javier spreads his wings and starts flying with Javier, towards the falling civilization of mermaids. We see the mermaid queen struggling while holding their entire base and asking for humans' help because she can't do it on her own. Javier suddenly reaches there and holds the entire place with her. Mermaid queens looks at him and say thanks to the handsome man. Javier looks at her and says he is just doing his job. This is the first time Javier acted out boldly in front of mermaids. In the next scene, we see Llyod looking at the giant octopus which is shouting in pain. It feels it's struggling with something. Llyod looks at him and thinks can it be the symptoms of that? And says this can really be really dangerous. The chapter ends here. No one has posted this series on the entire YouTube. I am posting it ASAP, next video will come after 5 hours. Make sure to subscribe because I will literally post the latest video before anyone on the entire YouTube so you don't miss out.